one and all, to WDW After Dark, your weekly nighttime talk show. Bunch of great Disney fans talking about Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, all kinds of stuff regarding the parks. This is our big passion project. We absolutely love to share our fandom with you, and we appreciate you tuning in to us every single week, whether it be on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, all kinds of different things, the TuneIn app. And we'd ask that all you do is when you listen to this show, because we provide it for you for free every single week, is to like and subscribe our show and share it over your social media. Tell all your friends about WDW After Dark and how much fun you're having talking to us, the talking heads of Disney. So be sure to do that. Before we get the show started, don't forget you can also check out our store, yes, at wdwafterdark.com. You can click on the Amazon link, support the show. It's like a tip jar, folks. You don't pay any more for your projects, anything that you pay for, any kind of extra, you want to get Star Wars on Blu-ray, we'll talk about. You don't pay any more for it. You pay the same low prices you do at Amazon every single day. It just gives us a little bit of kickback because you love our show and you want to support us. Also, book your vacation with Kristen with magicaljourneysvacations.com so you can save on your next Disney trip, Universal trip, any cruise line you might want to check out. So she'll definitely be able to hook you up at magicaljourneysvacations.com. And now, on with the show.
WDW After Dark, now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al-John Go, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDWAD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news, Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
My name is Al-John Go, co-host of WDW After Dark, big Disney fan. Yes, this is where we insert all those cool intros. And then we also are joined by the other talking heads, Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel fans, Mr. Mighty Marvel Geek himself. He's sporting the Captain Picard yet for another week. Actually, I don't know.
This is kind of
Can we call you Captain Picard?
to be a permanent thing here.
Yeah.
And, I've got the Earl Grey. No, wait, this is Lady Grey. It's not Earl Grey. So,
Mr. Eric Allen, who's also a DJ on Sorcerer Radio, hosting the Swercom Review, Mighty Marvel Geeks podcast as well on the Weeby Geeks Network, affiliated with us at WDW After Dark. So you've got the goatee, you've got the bald head. I'm trying to think of another actor that has that type of that has that quality.
What about the guy off Breaking Bad?
Oh, Heisenberg?
Yeah, Heisenberg. I'm Heisenberg. Damn it.
Jeff, did you watch Breaking Bad?
I did watch Breaking Bad. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Were you a fan of Breaking Bad? I've sat through one episode. I want to start binging through it.
I never missed an episode. I always caught that show no matter what.
Y'all are doing so much better than me because I've not watched a dang bit of it.
Yeah, you see, now that the series is over, it's on Netflix, Eric, you're going to have to queue it up because I'm right there.
Have you seen my Netflix list? It's like longer than the line for Toy Story Mania.
I feel you. Now, also joining us on the show, Jeff Davis, the news monster, host of DW60 on Sorcerer Radio. And Jeff, you talked a little bit about Netflix. Have you finished just not Jessica Jones, because I know you've seen some of it, but have you seen the rest of Daredevil season 2?
I did start Daredevil. I finished season 1. I have not gotten to season 2 as of yet. No.
Yeah, I've gotten through maybe 4 episodes, so it's very slow going for me. Last time, I think I binge watched the entire season over a weekend, and I was hurting, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I really
I'm
did.
still catching up on Once Upon a Time. Still trying to catch up with a few episodes on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and a couple of others as well. So eventually, because I know they're there, I don't have to worry about watching them before they go away. They're not going to go anywhere. So once I get done with the season for all that stuff, and then I'll binge watch on Marvel and Netflix and stuff like that. So
I have to wonder if Agent Carter is going to make it to the next season, because they are planning a spin-off show with Mockingbird.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to make it for that next season or not.
Well, I don't know, especially considering that Haley Atwell's also been tapped as the lead in another ABC show. I think it's a crime drama kind of deal. But, I mean, she has said that ABC has already told her that they could work it out if they did go to a season 3. And I don't know about where this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Most Wanted is going to go. If it's going to take the place of something else, or if it's going to be like a summer replacement, whereas Agent Carter was a mid-season replacement, which I think would be cool. So
yeah, I think it might fall into that bracket where it may be like 6 to 8 episodes long to kind of span between the Christmas break. But I'm down with it. Anything with Adrian Palicki, like, I'm totally down with that, because Mockingbird's my girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mockingbird's my girl. Not quite my girl as my girl as someone like a Ming Na, or let's say a Chloe Bennett, because those two, they're my real girls. You know what I'm saying?
there you go.
Sure, yeah.
Of course, Kristen's not here, but you'll agree, because they're also her girls too.
Well, there you go.
Go figure.
Yeah, there you go.
Your girls, her
As they
girls.
say, good time.
Everybody's got a girl. There we go.
As they say, good time girls here on the show. So we got a bunch of different headlines for you tonight. We've got Disney Park news, Star Wars, Marvel, and the Muppets. A breaking news story regarding the Muppets. This is really cool. So let's first get things started with Disney headline news. We've got your headlines. WW After Dark presents Disney headline news. Jeff Davis, kick things off for us, sir.
Okay, we'll start things off with Mr. Tom Staggs. You guys know who he is. He's been a name with the Disney Company for many, many, many years now. Well, the Walt Disney Company's number 2 man, which is him, as of yesterday, resigned, which is a big surprise move within the Disney Company. Disney expects him to be leaving the position as soon as next month, which is going to be May. Staggs was, of course, promoted ahead of Jay Rasulo to the number 2 position just last year when he became Chief Operating Officer of the Disney Company back in February of 2015. Now, Bob Iger said this in a quote. He said, "Tom has been a great friend and trusted colleague for more than 20 years. He's made important contributions to this company, earning wide respect across the organization for his achievements and personal integrity. I'm proud of what we've accomplished together, immensely grateful for the privilege of working with him, and confident that he will be enormously successful in whatever opportunity he chooses." Was widely expected, not only throughout the Disney Company, but the business world as well, that Staggs was going to become the new CEO of the Walt Disney Company once Bob Iger stepped down in June of 2018. Now, I can only guess that a better position presented itself to Mr. Staggs, and he decided, instead of waiting 2 years to, take that, or it could have been that Bob Iger has, made an executive decision to go a different direction. It was not with Tom Staggs, and so he felt the best thing to do was to move on to, another endeavor to further on his career. Not sure. We don't know the specifics. So,
But, okay, here's the question then.
yes.
If he's leaving for a quote-unquote better position, what could really be better if you're in the entertainment business to be the heir apparent for the Walt Disney Company? What could top that?
It could go
A lot of money.
A lot of money. It could be as far as family issues. There's just really no way of being able to tell as to what it might be. Like I said, very unexpected. Nobody saw this coming.
No.
And
I think there's also some contractual things I believe that may have been set in place when Bob Iger decided that he was going to extend his presidency, and to when he was going to take over Tom Staggs. So there might be a little bit of a discrepancy there, and who knows? All I know is that he seemed like a really cool dude. Everywhere I went, especially D23, he was super accessible to fans.
Yeah,
and I don't know of a single person, and I dare say any one of us know of anybody who speaks badly of Tom Staggs.
I have not heard throughout the years that we've been covering, Disney news for the past 10 years. I've never really heard any bad things when it comes to Tom Staggs. Haven't heard many. No. The guy definitely deserves a window on Main Street USA, in my opinion. He has made some fantastic decisions for the company. And to see him go is, a really sad thing. But there were a lot of people who were very excited about him becoming the next CEO of the Disney company. So it could be more money. It could be, him wanting to build something, else in his life with another company to raise it to new levels. Who knows what it may be? It may be Bob Iger saying, I'm taking things in a different direction as far as my successor goes. And Tom Staggs does not have what I'm looking for. That is a very good possibility as well.
That would be about the only possibility I could think of. Really, I mean, money. When you get to that level, you get to that part of the rarefied air in the upper stratosphere. Money is kind of a secondary thing. I say money is kind of a secondary thing because the amount of cash to make a difference would just have to be astronomical.
It would.
But if it's kind of a, hey, we're going to go in this direction, so you've hit that glass ceiling, then yeah, I can definitely accept that. And for all we know, it could be just a case of I don't want to work anymore.
Very well could be. Being all the positions that he's had throughout the years, he may have enough money to retire on. We don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah, if he wants to take a few years off, for all we know, he may not be out of the running for CEO if and when Bob Iger does step down.
That's a good possibility. Right. Yeah, good possibility. We'll never know the exact truth as to what's going on unless Tom Staggs himself decides to come out and make a statement as to why he left or where he's going or whatever he might be doing. There could be, a statement made in a magazine. Who knows what it could be, or he could not say anything at all and just continue on with his life. So, but we do appreciate everything that he did for the company, though.
We're still waiting on that book from Michael Eisner, just so you know.
Going to be waiting a while on that one.
Yeah. It might be waiting a few years, yeah.
All right, speaking of a few changes that are going on within the Walt Disney Company, we'll talk about changes going on at the Disney parks. And Disney just announced as of, I believe, today, that Rivers of Light has been delayed and will not open on April the 22nd this year as originally planned. A further update will be provided around mid to late May, according to a post that was made on the official Disney Parks blog. And as part of the announcement, Disney provided some new rehearsal footage on the Disney Park blog of the new Tree of Life Awakening, which will take place throughout the evening as well when stuff goes on. So what that means for you, the viewers and the listeners of anything else, if you've made any dining reservations that include Rivers of Light for special seating, if you've made Fast Pass Plus reservations for special seating, or, put your vacation around that event specifically, you need to make a few changes. Go ahead and do it now. Not everybody is in tune as we are when it comes to these types of things that happen at Walt Disney World. So if you're an avid Disney planner, now's the best time to go ahead and make those changes in your vacation so they can be reflected. New dinner reservations, new Fast Pass Plus options, or anything else. No word as to exactly why the delay is happening. I can only guess that there may be some technical issues with some of the floats that they're using, or some of the other special effects that they're using in that area as to why they need to be delaying this. But hey, what happens happens. It's just the way it goes, and we can't do anything about it. But I'm sure Rivers of Light will be fantastic whenever it does get done. Couple more stories we'll talk about. Of course, spring break season just wrapped up last week as of the end of March, and two Disney shows also had their final curtain call. One was over at the Magic Kingdom, the Dream Along with Mickey show, ended its run after 10 years on stage right there in front of Cinderella's Castle. It's going to be replaced this summer. It's a new production called Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair. And a more dramatic finale took place at Disney's Hollywood Studios on Saturday when the Lights, Motors, Action Extreme Stunt Show wrapped up after 11 years there at DHS, along with the entire Streets of America area now closed to make way for the new Star Wars experience and also Toy Story Land as well. We don't have a specific name on either of those. That's just what we call them. But, barrier walls have been placed around the construction show, the site, and concept art has been thrown up for Toy Story Land with some changes from the original artwork that Disney showed us when they first announced the project back during D23 Expo in 2015. So some of that stuff has already changed as well. Also, when it comes to the new maps for Disney's Hollywood Studios, the Streets of America no longer are listed on the map. They've been obscured. That entire section is now just greenery. It's just forage, and that's not really what it is, but that's what they're showing it as, just an empty space. It's not really there. So you don't have to worry about trying to find it because it's just going to disappear pretty much. So we had that going on. And then finally, we will talk about something a little bit later on in the show during our discussion. We had a premiere at Disney's Hollywood Studios this past weekend with Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away, a brand new stage show right there in front of the Chinese Theater, the Great Movie Ride. And people had the opportunity to see it for the first time this weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later during our discussion here on WDW After Dark. Al John.
Oh, thank you, sir. I was going to say, you said an empty space. The first thing that came to mind was, well, take a look at me now. It's just an empty space. I couldn't help myself.
I know, right?
I couldn't help
You
myself.
don't play drums. You can't be Phil Collins.
Yeah, we'll do the air drums.
There you go.
Make it happen. There you go. I couldn't help myself. It's like an empty space. Wow.
Sure,
it's like,
sure,
where's the music now?
Yeah.
Mr. Eric Allen has got some Marvel and gaming news for us.
I've got some Marvel, some gaming news, and I actually want to tag on to a little bit more Disney news. This is something that we don't really touch on too much here on the show, but if you are thinking about joining the Disney Vacation Club, which is their timeshare program, and if you are planning to go through a reseller, because you can buy them resale for the way that Disney does it, you buy points. So it's like, it's like X number of dollars per point. And if you go resale, then you can save a significant chunk of change off what Disney, charges for their new points. But unfortunately, you don't get all the benefits that you would if you went through Disney. As a matter of fact, they did make some recent changes. These went into effect. Let's see, today is the 5th. They went into effect yesterday, actually. If the deed is not recorded by yesterday, you lose benefits. Basically, this is going forward. Now, if you signed the deed, if you recorded the deed, and everything went through, even if it's still it in the last minute, last stages of the process, you still get these benefits. But going forward, if it's not recorded, or even if you go forward now, you lose the following benefits. You cannot book concierge level. You do not get admittance to extra events. You do not get any discounts on annual passes or park passes. You don't get the merchandise discount anymore. You do not get an ID card anymore. You do not get any admittance to the new club at Epcot for DVC members. So if you're still looking at it, yes, there are fewer benefits now. But if your primary thing is saving the money, then yes, you can still look into it. So I just wanted to pass that out because that is kind of late breaking news. And when we bought DVC, we went through resale. So it was back then, and God, it was over 10 years ago. The difference was like $20 per point, and when you consider 160 points or something like that, that's significant.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyway, moving on to some Marvel news, particularly Marvel gaming. Aljon, I know you played Marvel Avengers Alliance on Facebook. Jeff, did you?
I did.
You did not. Well, they basically took off all support for it not too long ago because they were making the sequel, Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. And that came out just recently. It's available for iPhone, for Droid, for Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Windows Phone. That's exactly it. I say you downloaded one. I downloaded it too earlier, and it looks really good. As description, I'm reading it off of Google Play Store site. It's the massive sequel to the smash hit Marvel Avengers Alliance with a robust gaming experience, greater customization, and amazing high-quality visuals. Assemble a team with the Avengers, Daredevil, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and other superheroes to battle Ultron, Baron Strucker, and more epic supervillains. A mysterious series of galactic collisions, known as incursions, threaten the fate of Earth. You must use the powerful energy of ISO 8 to stop the destruction of every universe. Team up with friends and other players from around the globe to face deadly foes and prevail. Now, I've downloaded this to my phone. I have played it a little bit. I'm loving the graphics. It's very 3D. It reminds me very much of Marvel Future Fight because it's got that 3D look to it. And it really, it's almost got like a Final Fantasy look to it. If you ever played the Final Fantasy games on PlayStation, then yes, there's scrolling 3D graphics here. You go, yes, and Aljon is showing he's bringing the lightning right here, and that's I highly recommend it. Now, again, I'm going off of Google Play Store, so the stats may be different if you look at it on the App Store on the iPhone. Over 34,000 people have downloaded this. It has already been. It's been given a rating of over 4 stars. So it's a game that's this is a game I highly recommend. Jeff, you might as well do it.
I guess that's probably why I didn't do it in the first place, is because I was never a Final Fantasy fan. Just not my type of genre for a game. To individuals, going through the whole, attack once, wait, attack once, wait, attack once, wait. Just not my style. Well, and so, yeah, just not for me.
I'd say give it a chance, though, but it's free. This game is free to download.
I would do it. I would do it if I could get away from Magic Kingdoms right now. If I could pull myself away from Magic Kingdoms, I would. But I am so highly addicted to that game right now, it drives me nuts. It's driving me crazy.
That game came out on March the 17th, and I was going to talk. I was thinking about talking about that as well, but I thought the window had passed on it. But hey, you just opened that window right back up.
Well, I love Magic Kingdoms. It is the only thing that kind of annoys me a little bit is having to wait so long for characters to complete their quests. We're talking 6 to 8 hours for one quest at a time. When it comes to Magic Kingdoms on occasion. Some only last maybe about an hour. Some last about 20 minutes. It just depends on, as you get higher in levels and the quest becomes more complicated, you wait more time. So that's okay though, because I still love Magic Kingdoms. I'm still playing it. So
you're not alone. You're not alone on again on Google Play Store. It's been downloaded over 70,000 times. So you are in good company on that, and it's been given like a 4-star rating on it. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
it's addictive.
It's addictive. Yes, yes,
yeah, it is.
I mean, look. I mean, here I am right here, and I have visited Jeff on a couple of occasions. But yeah, I will agree. It just takes too damn long for the quest to re-up, and for me, it's just taking so much time, to do that.
There are still a few things that are buggy. You'll have some of your guests who are looking to, complete one of their dreams while they're in the Magic Kingdom. They kind of go around in a circle in a little area and never quite complete it. So you have to close the game completely. Make sure you wipe it so it's not running anymore. Then restart it, and then you'll get your magic and your smiley face and everything, your emoji. But they're working the bugs as they go. Right now, we're getting rid of black crows that are flying around the kingdom and everything. So
now, what did the black crows ever do to you? They had a good song, but
hard to handle. I mean,
yeah, she talks to angels. I heard that one time too many. Now, my only complaint with Disney Kingdoms, it just seems a little too simple for me. But then again, I keep lacking it to like Civilization. And
it's definitely not that.
Yeah, it's not. No. And I think
it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that game with the dragons where you collect jewels.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I was hoping for more of a roller coaster tycoon type of game to where you could create your own spaces and make it look.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm having to unlock certain things and it's taking too much time. And with Roller Coaster Tycoon, you could just put stuff anywhere you want to. You could create your own amusement park, and I was hoping they were going to go down that road. But
especially since that was the game that Disney Magic Kingdoms keeps getting compared to.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's along this same genre. It's along the same genre.
Yeah,
not quite.
Yeah, but not quite.
In some areas, yes, and others, no. I don't have kids throwing up on the sidewalk in this game like you did in Roller Coaster Tycoon, where somebody has to
that is a plus. We'll call it that.
It's a good thing. But there are just areas that aren't unlocked yet. I've got a balloon next to Cinderella Castle that doesn't do anything.
It's kind of like you're on rails.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
quite interesting playing this game backwards, guys.
Like you're seeing areas that Aljon is showing you right here that you kind of wonder, it's coming soon, or it's a portal that you can't open yet, or it's a parade that lasts 15 minutes, but you have to wait 24 hours before you can do it again, type thing. I mean, there's just some buggy stuff that really bothers me. There's that balloon right there that I can't stand because I can't do anything with it.
Well, but, part of that is
not yet.
Not yet, at least. Yeah.
Part of that having to wait so long is it's pretty much endemic to most of your mobile games nowadays, to where if you don't want to wait 24 hours to get that parade again, you can give us 99 cents and you can get it again. Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's
not going to happen,
Yeah, I'll wait 24 hours, but that's really what I have as far as the video games. Now, I do have another Marvel story, and I'm wanting to share it just because of the cool factor. And those of you who don't know, Marvel Studios is working on a Doctor Strange movie. And Doctor Strange being the Sorcerer Supreme, the most powerful wizard on Earth. And Benedict Cumberbatch, yes, folks, Sherlock is playing the title role. Well, they recently they spent let's see, when was this supposed to, this past weekend they were filming in Midtown Manhattan.
Midtown Comics.
Yeah, well, actually, no, this was Jim Hanley's universe.
really?
A nearby comic book shop. So after filming is done for the day, what does Benedict Cumberbatch do? He goes comic book shopping along with the director at this comic book shop, and he's doing it in his full costume and makeup.
That's the best ever.
That is freaking awesome. I mean,
I like them,
and he's posing for pictures with everybody. So it's kind of like there aren't doing these leaked photos or anything like that. And there's a awesome picture of Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange holding up a Doctor Strange comic book and just pointing. It's kind of like, hey, it's me,
awesome.
Kind of thing. But
yeah, that's great.
I just can't say how cool I think this is from a fanboy perspective. He's not taking himself so seriously. It's like, oh, well, I can't go out in public like this, or the director going, it's like, oh, we got to keep this under wraps kind of thing. No, it's kind of like, hey, let's go to Doctor Strange, comic book shopping. So that to me
wonderful.
is just, it makes me want to see this movie even more. I've been wanting to see it. Now, this movie opens on November 4th of this year. I can't wait.
Man, I can't believe how quick the production's coming along, to be quite honest.
We don't know where they are in the shooting. This could be like towards the end of the shooting schedule or what. But that to me, it's great. It's great. I'm looking forward to Civil War. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to Civil War. But I am looking forward to Doctor Strange more than Civil War.
He's going to be a whole new. He's going to. he's going to be. I mean, it's a debut of an all new character.
Yeah,
an all new character. We haven't seen that since Guardians of the Galaxy.
And this is going to. This is not just a brand new character. It's a brand new type of character. Everything else has been okay. Well, he's a god. Okay, or he's a super soldier, or he's a billionaire philanthropist, playboy, armor smith. This is a guy that he's like the classic wizard. We're going down paths that really have not been charted yet in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
it looks good, man.
I tell you one thing else we're looking forward to, and I'm sorry if I'm like stealing your story here, but I'm looking forward to popping in my Blu-ray of The Force Awakens. What about you guys?
I'm still waiting for my copy to arrive in the mail.
I was
you pre-ordered.
I was walking through the store earlier this afternoon, and of course, as you walk in, the first thing you see is this huge display for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, shaped like BB-8. Literally, more than life-size cardboard display with movies on the inside of it of BB-8. And the one I saw specifically that really just caught my eye, I haven't gotten it yet. It is an exclusive edition of the movie. Still has the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital download, of course. But it looks like on the inside, you're also getting a game piece for Disney Infinity 3.0, which has BB-8 on it. Now,
Really?
the case itself, the case itself has BB-8 on it, but it shows a smaller piece on the cover, or at least on the display, that looked like one of the game pieces for Disney Infinity with BB-8 on it.
So you're talking about like a power disc?
Like a power disc, yes.
So this sounds like that would be like a companion disc, kind of like what you had in 2.0 with Winter Soldier and White Tiger and all them. Yeah,
I can't confirm that's what it was, but that's what it looked like on the box to me. I won't know until I actually open one of them. So,
so I have news. I have news for you because I believe you can unlock BB-8. And someone just literally posted a video on YouTube about 17 minutes ago.
Okay. See.
It says, So I don't know. Maybe it's false. Maybe I'm just not playing it proper, playing the proper video, but could very well be.
Yeah. I tell you what,
I have
one other thing that I am looking forward to when I do, there is some screen captures that have been posted online within the past couple of days that should make Star Tours fans very, very happy. Because apparently in the outpost on Jakku, you could see in the background a Starspeeder 1000. It's not the easiest to find out. The pictures that I'm seeing posted on the internet, they're all very small, which means that it's very much in the background. But there's no doubt as to what this is that it's showing. And if this is true and this is not photoshopped, that means that Star Tours is now part of the official Star Wars movie canon.
I am going to tweet Leland Shee at Lucasfilm right now and confirm that.
That's what it looked like to me when I looked at the picture.
Yeah.
When I looked at it, I could not get a very, very good look at it.
We're going to have to get the movie and go frame by frame.
Yes, we are.
I mean, it's apparently legit, but we'll see.
I mean, it is posted on the Disney Wiki site, disney.wikia.com. But then again, this is a wiki site, so accuracy can be suspect at times. It could be it could be an April Fool's thing. It could be just some troll with Photoshop. But if it is, then that's almost as good as a hidden Mickey. Actually, in my case, for me, it'd be even better.
I'm trying to take a look at the photo again so I can figure out where in the movie this is. Exactly.
It's there at the outpost, like with the 1/2 portion guy.
Okay, I see Rey in the picture.
You see Rey's elbow in the picture.
I see her elbow. I see her staff, and I see what it looks like. Okay, all right.
It's very blurry because yes, it is in the background. It's behind a fence.
Yeah.
But it is the distinctive wedge shape of the Starspeeder. It looks like 3/4 from behind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And it's got that brown and white paint scheme.
Looks like it's probably around sunset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking. I'm checking here. How much further do I need to go?
I haven't been able to find anything. Okay, go ahead.
I just tweeted my friend, the Holocron keeper at Lucasfilm, Leland Shee, who is one of the people that deal with every single division of Lucasfilm in terms of continuity and story.
So he's part of the story group then.
He's part of the story group. So I'm waiting to hear back from Leland to find out.
I'm checking out the scene right now to see what I can find. I'm checking the scene right now.
Now, did you know that, and I found this out a couple years ago, I thought it was fascinating, but apparently the flux capacitor is actually also on the Starspeeder and is a little Easter egg on one of the panels that C-3PO has with the Starspeeder as he's checking the diagnostics.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
Which was apparently an Easter egg that went back and forth in the EU as well. That would explain the reason why the Starspeeder can go back and forth in different sections of the movie in terms of continuity. So the Imagineers put it in there because they knew that somebody may figure it out. Now, what happened was Endor Express, or Friends at Endor Express on the website, actually took a picture of the panel and decoded every single bit of the language that they use on there. And I'm for the life of me, I'm having a brain fart. But anyway, so they put through all the characters and they said flux cap.
And there you go.
Cap. Like, what is? Oh, it's a flux capacitor. Oh, that explains everything. And So I didn't know if you all knew that or not, but I was looking for that news story. I'm like, I knew I read that somewhere, and I couldn't find it, and I found it today when you were talking about that Easter egg. But it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm looking at this scene right now, and if it is anywhere in this scene, I know you can't see it. It's so hard to see. Okay, Here we go. That's a little bit easier.
That's not the scene.
That's not
coming
the
up.
scene.
It's coming
It's
up.
not
It's
the
coming.
scene.
Hold on. It's coming. Just give it 1 second.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
There
Wait
we
for it. Ooh. Space Vulture. Space Vulture, how you doing?
Getting okay. Here we go. This is where the area that looks like was what she's in, and I'm just
Yes, it's
There we
around
go.
that area. Yes.
It's past the spaceport.
There it is, there it
and
is.
right there it is.
somewhere
it's in
in
that-
there, but I
that
don't
little
see
triangle.
it. I don't see it in that area. That's the problem.
Yeah. So
Of course, we're saying that it's in that scene. It may not be that scene.
Yeah,
There are several scenes that take place in that location.
yeah.
So it's going to be a case of we're just going to have to sit there with the remote and just like fast forward to all the Jakku scenes and just go and look for a star speeder.
Because in that picture, she looks like she's pulling something like she is in this scene, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I think it's cool, man. I mean, look, there's so many different nods and cool things. You know, I marked out, and I say I marked out. I freaked out when I saw the hidden Mickeys when I was writing Star Tours. You know, when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, the hidden Mickeys in the back of the Star Destroyer. That's awesome!" You know. So I was freaking out.
Just got a reply from Disney Infinity on YouTube. No kidding. Literally, it just popped up on my phone. I watched the Disney Infinity Insider that they did at the 1st of March. And you guys know how I continuously keep telling you that I want multiplayer.
Yes.
And this is specifically what I said to them. This was the video they did back on March the 1st called Disney Infinity Next, Spring 2016. My comment was this, okay? I said I'd still like to see online multiplayer options to play with people from around the world. There are so many Disney Infinity characters to choose from now that a room with, let's say, 12 players would see such an interesting combination for those characters in gameplay style. Being able to build with one another, race against one another, and so much more. It's tough to play with others at home when it's just you and no one else. And literally, Disney Infinity just replied, said, "Thanks for the suggestion. Anything is possible." So, it's an interesting response.
So what if I told you that word is that they are working on cross-platform play?
That would be something.
That would fall under anything.
That would fall. Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
That's just what I've heard. I've heard it. You know.
Yeah,
you might be here first, but
kind of rumored a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
There's a bunch of stuff that could be going on.
They just responded to that 47 seconds ago. So that's
So that would be
Great.
That's a great game changer. I have to say, when I replied, because I wanted to get Disney, I had Disney Infinity for the PC, and I wanted to know whether or not it would, if I hooked up a controller, if I would be able to play the game as I would on the console. And they said, we do not support that currently, but thank you for the suggestion. We'll keep that in mind. And unfortunately, there's very few people playing Infinity for the PC. So, and that's a bummer because I like it, but I've been trying to use the PC for a lot of different things, but, man, that's great stuff, guys. It's awesome. Is that the end of your list there, Mr.
Oh
Eric
yeah,
Allen?
that's the end of my list. That's the end of my list.
Well, as Eric did say, the Force Awakens is available on Blu-ray and DVD, and we will be hopefully sharing our reviews on it really, really soon. There are a bunch of different features, and if you haven't picked up the bonus, or if you haven't picked up the Blu-ray, DVD, or digital download, you can do that today by clicking our Amazon link. Be sure to do that. Just a couple other quick tidbits before we move into a couple promotions from Kristen that we can talk about. How about this fact, folks? Do you know the Electric Mayhem Band is actually going to hit the road? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Please
Absolutely
tell me more.
crazy, literally. I love Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. They are awesome in the Muppets TV show on ABC. They're one of my favorites of all time. And the Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem band will be performing live at the Outlands Festival, and it's going to be great. 3-day single tickets are on sale starting April 7th at 10 a.m. at the website. Just a Google search for Outlands Festival. I think that's cool. Now, other people on the bill, including the Muppets, will be Radiohead, LCD Sound System, Lionel Richie, Lana Del Rey, Duran Duran, Zed, Les Claypool. Let's see here. Who else are we looking at? I mean, just a ton of bands. Okay.
And not just from one genre either.
No, it's literally going to be it's going to be a huge event. I can't even tell you. There's a ton of bands, but Radiohead, obviously, LCD Sound System, Lionel Richie, Lana Del Rey, Delco, Duran Duran, Zed, Ryan Adams, Air, The Beach House, Miguel Haisley, Grimes. The list goes on and on. There's probably about 50 or 60 bands on the list that I've posted at JediMouseketeer.com when I got my press release right before the show. And of course, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem will be performing their very first ever live festival show. And that is exciting. Now, there is a little promo that they put up on YouTube that I have to say is one of the best and funniest commercials. Now, you all may not know this, but the Cookie Monster commercial that's on that promotes Apple right now is one of my favorites that's on. And anytime I see it, I'm like, stop it, it's Cookie Monster. I got to see this. But because I'm a huge Muppet fan, much like you guys. So suffice it to say, when I saw this promo today, that I just about flipped out because Dr. Teeth is absolutely awesome. Now, check out this Freedom Rock vibe on here.
And today, we've come together to tell you about a music collection that'll absolutely blow your mind.
Oh, for sure.
All the greatest bands will be rocking and rolling in one place, man. Can you dig it? Outside Lands 2016. Coming at you from the very center of the rock universe. Golden Gate Park in San Francisco.
Isn't that great?
Wow.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Art, music,
Wine. Beer.
I love the wine and beer. I just keep talking about beer. I just wanted to.
The Muppets.
I just wanted to get with that. But yeah, for all you Muppets fans out there, I think it's great. So wine, beer, and rock and roll. More wine, beer, and rock and roll. That's what the Muppets have to say about that. And once again, you can check out more at JediMouseketeer.com. And like I said, tickets going to be going on sale for that for a huge festival in San Francisco, California. So please check that out.
And whoever they got to do the voice for Dr. Teeth did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Floyd, not quite so much, but Dr. Teeth was good.
Yeah. You know, they're not like the originals, but
no.
You know, who is, right?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
It is.
Because Jim Henson just did so good.
Oh, absolutely. Quick note here. Dining at Disney. Kristen, of course, cannot be here tonight as she's cheering on the Nashville Predators like she does most times. But I would like to mention that everything's coming up roses at the Four Seasons Resort Orlando. Flower and garden inspired offerings. Sweeten up the springtime. And they have a bunch of stuff there. Floral aromatherapy at the spa. Flower power facial at the spa. Kappa's got the gin and tonic cocktail favorite. They've got all kinds of new cocktails going on. A nature tour at the Tranquillo Golf Club, a perfect 10 over there at the nail salon. The all kinds of different stuff they have in special. They're at the resort, including flower and garden facts and so much more. A great way for you to spend the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival is by staying there over there at the Four Seasons Resort Orlando, as they have all kinds of new menu offerings. So please check that out there at diningatdisney.com. Another thing you might want to check out, Big Bubba B is in the chat room audience right now. Kristen and he are both giving away Disneyland recipe cards. So this is brand new, and this is in conjunction with the Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival or Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. All you have to do is post your pictures at the event, at either event, and hashtag DADP. That's for Dining at Disney Podcast. Hashtag DADP. When you do that, tweet your pictures out, Instagram, and tag Big Bubba B and Dining at Disney. And you could win. At the end of the month, they will draw a winner. And those cards are really nice. I dig it. And I don't know if Bubba's still here, but that would be really cool. And Bubba's actually going to be checking out the Disneyland Food and Wine Festival there at DCA happening this weekend. So be sure to follow Big Bubba B at Big_Bubba_B, and you can definitely check him out and all the great delectable food items he will be sampling there on the West Coast. Last but not least, a really cool blurb. Once again, Kristen's book is out, everybody. Hey, y'all, get Dining at Disney Store's book. I sound like I don't know. I sound like someone from the Food Network. But hey, y'all, check out diningatdisney.com and check out the woman that shall go unnamed because she's no longer on Food Network because she got banned for doing no things.
Thank you,
but
Mr.
diningatdisney.com, Epcot Dining Guide, everything you need to enjoy at Epcot is on sale right now for $9.99. It's a great ebook. 130 full color pages of the following beverage carts, quick service, the best places for you to maximize your money, and so much more. There with Kristen at diningatdisney.com. Check out the brand new ebook there. Diningatdisney.com. I know. Hey y'all. How about let's cook up another funnel cake and put another 2 pounds of butter in it.
There you go.
Let's slip some more vittles on the gridiron.
My Paula Deen is horrible, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance.
Check out Kristen's new website, magicaljourneysvacations.com, for all your vacation needs. Disney, Universal, cruise lines, and more.
Thank you for traveling with us.
magicaljourneysvacations.com. Have her book your magical vacation today. WDW After Dark presents Disney Discussion, a roundtable panel.
To some Disney discussion. We've got a couple things on tap for discussion. We've got the top 5 places to people watch that we're going to talk about here momentarily. We also have a very sad stories to deliver for discussion, a apparent death at the Disneyland Paris Resort, and there is another story. Jeff, please help me out because I forgot.
Star Wars, a galaxy far away.
Okay, so let's start with the sad news. Shall we do that?
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Okay, so we have here a dead body found at Disneyland Paris, haunted house, and this is according to the Huffington Post, posted on MSN.com. Dead body found at Disneyland Paris's Phantom Manor. A worker has been found dead inside a haunted house attraction at Disneyland Paris. The body of a technician who'd worked at the park for 14 years was found dead in the Phantom Manor on Saturday morning. Initial reports suggest a 45-year-old man who has not been identified was accidentally electrocuted. Phantom Manor will remain closed until Wednesday as the death is investigated. According to sources, the theme park spokesperson said that they were deeply saddened by the death and their thoughts are with the man's family. No further comment would be made before an investigation into the death had been concluded. Visitors to the Phantom Manor are warned, quote, "You'll be peeking through your fingers in this fun-filled mystery where ghoulish ghosts and spirits greet your every turn." Wow. That's really surreal to think that happened.
Yeah.
And
something
course,
that you don't think could happen does happen. It is possible, you know.
Well, anytime you're going to have a lot of moving parts, you're going to have an attraction. My thing is, if he indeed got electrocuted, it is possible they will get to the bottom of this because there's security cameras all over the attraction. You know, maybe it was recording and someone saw what had happened, or if there was a faulty wire or something. Now, of course, that's speculation on our part, so we don't know as the investigation's ongoing. But nonetheless, our hearts go out to the family of the people there whom were affected by this. It's just sad.
It is very, very sad. But there's risks with every different job that you do at the Walt Disney, parks and everything else. And it's unfortunate that he was caught up in this one. So
true. Yeah. Investigation is ongoing. So, of course, we'll have more information as it becomes available. So be sure to check out our next episode of WDW After Dark. Now, Jeff recently posted on our news thread and had mentioned in the show earlier regarding a brand new Star Wars stage show that is taking place at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And he posted a video. Ricky Brigante at Inside the Magic had posted a video in regards to this brand new stage show, I guess you could call it. And it's a Star Wars related show that kind of tells a story and involves characters, much like some of the pre-fireworks shows that we've seen in years past over there during Star Wars weekends. Jeff, did you want to give us your take on this particular program?
Well, yeah, it's about a 15-minute show featuring some of your favorite Star Wars characters. And they've got clips from the Star Wars movies. Now, that's everything from the original trilogy to the first three, and then, of course, the latest and greatest, Star Wars The Force Awakens. You've got on-stage appearances from Kylo Ren, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, the Stormtroopers, C-3PO, BB-8, Boba Fett, Darth Maul, Captain Phasma. You even get a portion of the show where Captain Phasma and the Star Wars The Force Awakens Stormtroopers lead a march, pretty much the First Order, from the Star Wars launch bay to the center stage. And as they're showing these clips of the movie and it jumps around to different spots and everything else, you get a cameo, in a way, with some of your favorite Star Wars characters, which last about 15 to 20 seconds each on stage. The only ones that really say anything, of course, Darth Vader says his normal lines. C-3PO says a few things. Phasma says a couple of things, but it's kind of a 50-50 thing on this show right now, and the response that Disney fans are giving it, because there's not a lot of flair and wow effects when it comes to this show. And I think some people were probably expecting a little bit more. We've got the Star Wars experience coming soon, and there are so many different things at DHS that are closing down. Disney wanted to give you a little taste of what's to come in the future. And if it's something like this, from my perspective, doesn't look too good, because I don't think there was all that much thought that went into this, stage show. I think it was kind of like a filler in a way, just something for somebody to do while they're at the park, since there's a lot of stuff closed. Still, of course, great to see all these characters up on stage. No doubt about it, because a lot of these characters you will only see during an event like Star Wars Weekends, and we don't get that anymore. Mm-hmm. Specifically, like Darth Maul and a few others. You might get them over at the training academy, stuff like that. But it's just, to me, it was a mediocre show. Very, very, very bland for Star Wars. Would I rather see the hyperspace hoopla and see Chewbacca doing, the Running Man or something on stage? Probably so, compared to this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What's your take?
I watched this. I watched the video right before we started the show tonight, and there was the thought that went through my mind. We gave up Dancing Vader for this.
Yeah,
it was less than impressive. Now, there are parts that I really liked. I loved the fact that the screen mechanism rose up from the stage, and the screen itself was lowering as it was going. So it almost had that. So it's almost had that bottom of the screen was holding still as that was going up. I thought that was cool.
Yep. Interesting.
Unfortunately, when I say the backdrop raising up was one of the highlights of the show, that doesn't speak well for the rest of the show.
No, it doesn't. No.
Some of the voices that they used, a lot of it they used were clips from the various movies. which you could tell.
Yeah.
But they had some particularly for C-3PO and for Yoda. It sounded off. It just did. The lightsaber props, and Aljon is holding up the part where Kylo Ren comes out now. And I do like the idea of how he interacts with the screen and how every time he switches, this is either very well timed or it's some sort of interactive feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is no gap. There is no lag between him slicing the curtain, the First Order curtain.
Yeah.
And it's showing up on the screen. But the lightsaber props, I mean, guys, you have these wonderful costumes, the suits of armor for the stormtroopers, the robes, that is exquisite. But when the lightsabers you use look like they come directly from the Tatooine Traders gift shop,
you got them at Walmart, you know.
Yeah, you went Walmart on this.
Yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
I swear, my son has the same exact lightsaber that Darth Maul was swinging around.
Yeah. It didn't look long enough or big enough.
No, well, at least
scale, you know.
I understand you're not going to have real lightsabers, but make these look a little bit better. At least put some lights in them to light them up.
Something
To make it better. Chewie walking out. Whoever they have in the Chewie outfit has never watched Chewbacca move.
No.
Because this Chewbacca walked out, he looked like he had a terrible case of jock itch.
He may have
all that hair.
I
mean, Chewie is not bow-legged. You don't come out like you're in high noon. Ka-chink, ka-chink. This town ain't big enough for the both of us, partner. Now Vader's appearance was not bad.
Not bad.
I liked his. Boba Fett, his first appearance. He's got his hand up, and I'm just saying, what? He forget his gun or something, and then he shoots off that wrist rocket, and I'm going, okay,
not bad.
Saving that, not bad. That was one of the higher points.
Yeah. Could we not have spent a little extra money to make BB-8 right there roll around the stage with R2 instead of just popping up out of a hole?
He pops up out of a hole and he
Jeff.
spins.
He's a liability because if it gets wet on stage and he slips and falls, that could be a real big problem.
Still, though, I mean, it just kind of took away from the whole BB-8 thing. I mean,
it does.
It does a little bit. It does a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was one of my least annoying parts of it.
There's Chewbacca.
Yeah. There's bow-legged Chewbacca.
Bow-legged Chewbacca. Jeez.
Chewie is Shadow's
I'm sorry if I don't know if you want to talk anymore of this.
Would some of the effects or the feel of the show be better at nighttime than during the day?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you guys something. Those lightsabers actually do light up, and in fact, they upgraded all of the lightsabers to all the performers, including Jedi Academy, to light up lightsabers so they look and they glow at night.
Then this show needs to be at night.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good during the day.
No. I mean,
it doesn't look very good in the day. You can see the characters when they pop out because you can see their heads kind of popping out from the back as they make their way to the front. Kind of cheesy. Now, can they make lightsabers brighter? Yes, they can. They have the technology.
Yes.
They should be able to utilize it. Because I have a lightsaber that has an LED strength that's 4 times brighter than anything that they use right now currently, and it's just a fan-made lightsaber. So they have that. They have the capability to have really good props, but they hadn't. But I do give them props for doing what they have done with the budget, I guess. But you have to ask yourself, is, this show, is it really going to make people happy? Because anytime I see a Star Wars show in the park, and I saw this show, now granted I haven't seen it there yet, and I will, I've always felt the welling of emotion when I see the characters and they're being called. Even when James Arnold Taylor was doing the Stars and Motor Cars parade, and here comes the stars, and the 501st Legion's coming out. And it's so impressive. And the stars take the stage, and you see them, and he says, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I mean, right now I'm getting chills thinking about it, because and the John Williams score, it brings that wealth of emotions to the surface, and you're like, wow, this is what it's all about. I'm actually here, and this is awesome. Here, like you all said, you're very underwhelmed at the whole situation. It's like, I have a bunch of characters here. I don't understand why what their version is from not showing face characters anymore, especially in the case of a Luke, a Han Solo, or Princess Leia, or Ahsoka, or any of that stuff. I don't get it. It's like, for heaven's sake, folks, some of your number one characters actually have faces. Mace Windu, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you'd have in the park. You'd be able to see them and get your picture taken with them, and you can't. And that's not cool. It's there's so many different things I'm nitpicking on this show, but if you're going to have a show, bring out the Ahsoka, bring out your Luke Skywalker, bring out your Han Solo. That would actually plus this show, because you'd see more of the characters that you're down with. Bring out a Rey, bring out a Finn, bring out a Poe Dameron. I mean, why the hell not?
Now, the only reason, go ahead.
It's like I said, Aljon, before. This is a filler. This is because you've got an attraction that just shut down. You've got Streets of America that just shut down. You got all this other different stuff that's going away during this construction period, and Disney needs a filler. Disney needs something for you to do for that 15-minute period. But it's like you said, when you think of Star Wars and you think of Disney and all the wonderful times that people have had in the past with Star Wars weekends, yes, it is a big event. Yes, the stars are there. But when you think Star Wars, you hear that music. When you see those characters on the stage, you get that feeling inside of your body. And when I watched this on YouTube and I saw them come out, and it was just walk out, stand there for 20 seconds, go back behind stage.
It was a fashion show.
Yeah. And I kind of went, that's
worse.
Really? Come on. Could Disney Imagineers not put a little more thought into this and give people a little more of just something, just anything? It's just not there.
This reminds me so much of when Journey into Imagination, they had it down, they were de-dreamfindering it, and they rushed through a version so they could be open during the Millennium Celebration. It was a very lackluster attraction at that point. I mean, it no longer had the whimsical, almost steampunk nature. It was, oh, look, we're going through a lab. Oh, look, there's a truck on the ceiling. Oh, okay. Oh, look, there's no Figment.
Yeah.
So it's really just a case of, and to answer Aljon's question, why you don't have face characters. Well, I can give you a very good reason why they don't have face characters. With the Stormtrooper, you don't have to look like somebody in order to be a Stormtrooper.
Oh, I get that.
You don't. I mean, Kylo Ren
can put anybody under the costume.
Exactly. You can put anybody.
Yeah. Right. But once again, I believe that, you want people to be. Now, I understand this is a filler until something else comes along. Hey, I get that. But do you want to put something that's half-assed that would appear half-assed? If you think that it's half-assed, if 2 out of 3 people think it's half-assed,
it's
half-assed. Then
it's half-assed.
It's half-assed.
Yeah.
And I understand the pressure that Imagineers and budgetary constraints and all this. This is what we can do. But it's almost like, to take the time to get the feedback from fans and passionate fans and Disney people that come through and say, you know, what do you like, what do you don't like, and fill out that survey, because here it is. They have an opportunity to take that feedback and improve upon this and add on and change the show as they see fit. That is a blank canvas for them to write whatever type of story they want. And I would say here, Mexican Darth Vader is very,
very much so.
He's not. Yeah, he's not very impressed.
No,
not very impressed.
Now, to that subject, there is every reason to believe that this show can change between now and the opening of Star Wars Land. We could be seeing additions. We could be seeing changes, depending on how much Disney is willing to listen to the fan base. Otherwise, you're going to wind up with what you've got over there at the Canada Pavilion, where, it's like, we got rid of Off Kilter. We got Lumberjacks. We got Trad Nation. We're getting somebody else. It's just a string of, act after act that's just not going to latch hold.
Sure. Yeah. They've spent the money on this stage and all the mechanics of it. And like Eric, like you said, the screens that come up and everything else, which seem to have a fantastic picture on it. But it's almost as if Disney Imagineers, they're all working on Avatar. They're all working on Star Wars, and they're working on Toy Story. And they took two of them. They said, okay, John, Tina, we need for you to create a stage show at DHS as a filler. Get it done within the next month. And they just sat down and said, okay, we'll do this, and we'll run it for 4 months.
Yeah, it's like, we've got this spare Chewie outfit over here. We'll put somebody in it. We can get us a couple of First Order stormtroopers over here.
You
got some silver spray paint. We got us a Phasma,
Well, maybe I'm a bit harsh, because they are capable of doing great shows.
Yes,
I believe the person,
and that's why you should be harsh. You should be harsh when you say something like that.
Well, here's the thing. So the person in charge, I believe, had been in charge of the last shows, the firework intros, as well as the hyperspace hoopla, and they need to know, hey, look, this is what people want. They don't want something watered down, or that would give the appearance of being watered down, and in hopes of, being open and honest and saying, look, maybe you should try to improve this. And I hope they can. It's not too late. And maybe this is just a little bit of, maybe they'll have something bigger planned to kick off during May the 4th. You never know.
Yeah, that's right. It's like you said, we don't know. This could just be like, I hate to use the word prototype show, but we don't know what's coming up. We don't know.
Seems like
it could be that this is going to be improved between now and May the 4th, or this is a filler for the filler.
Well, and honestly, I feel that the show in the presentation we saw had a lot of gaps in there that were way too drawn out and should be or could be filled with other possible things. Yeah. So it seemed to me like the show itself it was, for me, I understand. You want a 15-minute long people, someone to drop people in.
Sponge.
Something to drop people. Yeah, you want a sponge. Yeah. You want to draw those people in for 15 minutes and do that. But that's cool. But it was just way too stretched out. Not enough action, character introductions, very limited interactions. You had the cool flame effects with the projections in front of it. That was nice.
Yeah.
But honestly, there wasn't a whole lot. Yes, it would probably look a lot better at night. I get that.
I'm disappointed as to what we're used to, Aljon. I'm disappointed because normally when we see a show put on by Disney at Disney parks, they go all out. They do a fantastic job. They script it. They have good music. They have good special effects. But like you said, this is not top Disney park quality that we're used to for some reason. It's just
I don't get the story. There's no story.
No, there's nothing.
There's no story.
It's I like the fact you guys said fashion show. When you guys, Eric, when you said fashion show, that's kind of what it reminds me of, because they come out, they strike a pose for 5 seconds,
And walk
They
out.
spin around and they walk off stage. You know,
A glorified
So-
photo op.
Exactly. If you're going to do photo ops, then send them out to where people can interact with them and get photos as a family and let them see the kids and everything else. That's something people would spend 15 minutes doing, waiting in line or doing anything else, but not standing in front of a stage just to get a picture.
Yeah.
You know, it just the
You know what'd
filler
be
isn't
really
filling,
cool?
you know.
If R2D2, C3PO, and BB-8 came up together as a droids in a group, you know, from under the stage, that would almost make it look like it was meant to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
instead, you have one droid that does that, and of course, it takes you out of it. So you're immediately like, "Oh, that sucks." This BB-8 is literally glued to the panel.
Seriously glued. Yeah, I wanted to see him roll around and all this other stuff, and he's just kind of moving his head around and
He's a droid on a stick right now.
Yeah.
Because-
On a stick.
on his stick.
maybe,
yeah.
maybe they're working on a bigger version of that they have.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I mean, it may be a liability, but okay, maybe you only take him about 5 feet out onto the stage. You don't put him anywhere near the edge. Okay, yeah, something mechanical can go wrong, and he rolls out into the crowd, and you know. But
It's like Indiana Jones all over again. Watch out
But
for
the
that
thing-
orange soccer ball.
yeah, the thing is that when you're going to throw BB-8 out there, you can't have him stationary in one spot like that.
Yeah.
That's just not
Yeah.
BB-8. I'm sorry, and I'm a big fan of BB-8. I love him. I love the character of BB-8, the personality and everything that he can do that he's done in the movie. I love BB-8, but that just wasn't him at all.
You know what's
I would
more
be
entertaining
happier
than this
with a
show?
stationary statue of him to take a photo
I was
with.
gonna
I'd
say
be
you-
happy.
I was going to say, you own the Sphero, right, Jeff?
I do,
Eric,
yeah.
do you have a Sphero? You have a Sphero BB-8?
No.
The one the little.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I
that-
know what you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't.
Well, you know, there's a new feature they launched today that may
I
be
saw
even
that.
better than the
Yes,
show.
I saw that.
You can put BB-8 in the little charger cradle and have him watch The Force Awakens, and he reacts to actually what's on TV, which is awesome.
I
Yeah.
wonder
Yeah.
I think that's a
will
cool-
will BB-8 react to the other Star Wars movies?
I believe it's in the works, according to the Wall Street
that
Journal.
I think would be awesome. You just put them in front,
Yeah.
and just play them all 7 of them.
Well, Sphero just needs to go ahead and make a droid collection so I can have every astromech droid from R2D2 to Chopper.
You don't want the red one. You don't want the
Yeah.
red one. It
No
has a
R5
bad
and 4,
motiv-
sorry.
Yeah. No,
Bad
it's got a
motivator.
bad motivator.
Yeah.
Got a bad motivator. I feel you. So what do you all think about this show? Please leave those notes in our comment section. We're curious. Have you seen the show and did it impress you? Jeff, you had a question, comment?
I want a rating from the each of you. One of course being terrible, 10 being fantastic. Give me a rating. Eric,
I'm going to give it a 5.
Aljon,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 too because it's still Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4.5, and it gets the 0.5 because it's Star Wars. So yeah.
So by the way, Ryan Hurley, a contributor to After Dark, had also said it's not too bad. More Star Wars is better than no Star Wars. The scream coming down with the opening of A New Hope was pretty cool. Keep in mind that it's only temporary until Star Wars Land is completed. I was worried at first, though, that there was only one clip from the prequels in that opening montage. The second montage was almost all prequel shots, though, so all is good. I just don't want to see Disney bury the sequel or the prequels. And yeah, I think there's a fair representation of the film. But if I wanted to watch a movie, I would go sit and watch a movie. And
that's what you seem
that's
to
not
do
what
a
I
lot
came to
of in
Disney
that
to see.
show.
There's a lot of it in that show. It's just not enough going on. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But thank you for that comment, Ryan. It's definitely something worth checking out. And leave your comments regarding the show. I'd like to check that out. See what's up. Last but not least, and this is going to be cool, just a quick top five. We were asked online, and I forgot which one of our viewers had suggested we do this top 10 list, or this top 5 list. But do you all want to talk about your top 5 places to people watch in the parks?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. So, and feel free, chat room, if you're here, join in the discussion as well. We're live on blab.im for WDW After Dark, the podcast for great Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars late night discussion. So let's go ahead. People watching is a thing. You know, as we go to the Disney parks, we sit down, we relax. You know, we may have ridden a ride 1 or 2, maybe 50 million times, but it never gets old to watch the people in the park. It's much easier to watch the people in the park than have them run into you in the park in a lot of cases.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we know that this week, if you follow Jeff Davis on social media, that people, stupid people, follow him wherever they go and take up parking spaces. That are
yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's a fact. Yeah.
So let's start with our number 5 place to people watch. Jeff, you're chomping at the bit, so I say we start with you.
There's one little spot that I have over there in Adventureland next to what used to be where you would pick up a Dole Whip in that location. But there's a bunch of seats over there that people utilize quite a bit, real close to the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse entrance as well. But then they now serve the Citrus Swirl in that area. But there's some seats right there in that area. And I, for some reason, always would enjoy sitting there with my Dole Whip, enjoying my snack, but also people watching at the same time. It's just one of my spots. It's nice and cool. It's shaded, gets you out of the Florida sun just a little bit. Some relief is better than no relief at all. So I like that spot right there as my number 5.
Very good. And by the way, I should also mention this is going to be at Walt Disney World, so we're not going to include Disneyland in this. Mr. Eric Allen.
My number 5 spot to people watch is the top floor of Columbia Harbor House. You can people watch inside if you're there around the banister, looking down over the floor, with the first floor, the ground floor with the entrance and all that, or you can be like off in one of the corners by the window, looking out on Liberty Square, looking out on Fantasyland. But that's a great spot. It's not a very popular spot. I mean, it's not a very crowded spot. I've yet to see that area crowded. And when we did our Keys to the Kingdom tour, that's where we went up and ate lunch. And up before that, I didn't even know that was there. So that would be my number 5 spot.
Very nice. I am going to go with my number 5 being at the resorts. I'm going to say the boardwalk.
Good
spot. I think going to the boardwalk is so cool, especially at night. I could literally sit down on a bench at the boardwalk and see a bunch of different performers out there, whether it's the magician or the knife swallower or the sword swallower, or just the people walking from place to place. Not only is it picturesque, but it's also just a really good place to just sit and observe people and people having fun. And of course, what a picturesque setting. So I definitely will choose that as my number 5. So we can go in reverse order. We'll go back around. And I will go with my number 4 pick of being over there at Pinocchio's Village House. Because not only does it have a little area out front, but there's also some places toward the front where you can actually look down into It's a Small World, which is pretty nice. And Pinocchio's Village House has got this really cool area there on the outside where you can actually sit and observe people walking through Fantasyland. So I think that's a lot of fun. A lot of kids, of course, being that it's Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom, but fun nonetheless. So let's go with, do we go with Eric?
Okay. Well, it's going to be kind of deja vu-ish because that's exactly what I have picked as my number 4.
Nice.
Is Pinocchio Village House, specifically the area next to the boarding area for It's a Small World. You can watch people get boarded and go off there. You see the looks of some who are excited, the others who are white-knuckling the rail in front of them going, please, God, get it over with.
I agree.
Yes, that is my number 4 as well. And the food there's not bad either.
No. Jeff.
Another nice spot to relax and get in out of the Florida sun, but you can also walk around and check out a few things. One spot used to be Aunt Polly's over there on Tom Sawyer's Island, and watch everybody go across the Barrel Bridge and everything in that side of the area. But then also over in the fort, on the other side of Tom Sawyer's Island, where you get a really good view of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and you can see the rafts going across the rivers there, and seeing some of the families taking a break, down by the water. It used to be in the days where they told you it was okay to feed the ducks, people throwing popcorn or a turkey leg for the fish or the ducks or anything else. But I enjoy those spots over there a lot. I do love getting to Tom Sawyer's Island and checking out all the things over there. But Aunt Holly's used to be one of my favorites right there by the Barrel Bridge.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So number 3, I will go with, it's already number 3, right?
Yeah, we're on number 3 now.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm going to say in that area right outside of Chef Mickey's in the Polynesian. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Chef Mickey's in the Polynesian.
Chef Mickey's is in the Polynesian. He says, no, he doesn't.
Chris is not going to let you live this one down. Not if we have anything to say about it.
Over Contemporary. Right outside of Chef Mickey's, there's a little bit of a little seating nook there, and it's just a really cool place. Not only can you see people go back and forth, but you get to see the monorail go through the resort, which I think is cool. So I'll definitely choose that. How about you guys? Eric, Jeff, let's go next.
Okay, my number 3 spot is Harambe Village. Particularly the open air seating area that's right there next to I think they call it the Dawa Bar, between the bar and the Tusker House.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice place right there.
Yeah. Jeff?
Number 3 is going to be the bridge overlooking Kali River Rapids, right over there in the Animal Kingdom, because I love the fantastic faces that you get of people who haven't gotten wet on that attraction and the people who have gotten wet. Some very, very interesting faces and conversations that you hear as they pass underneath the bridge there at Kali River Rapids. So I do enjoy that spot.
Very nice. We're almost wrapping things up. Number 2. Guess what, Eric? You stole on mine this time. I'll say the Dawa Bar.
Okay.
And, there's nothing better than sitting back with one of those African beers and sitting there with Bob from Boston, one of my favorite bartenders, and watching people and seeing the band play, watching the people walk by. It's a great place to watch the parade. And, it's just a lot of fun there. So, and of course, it's fully shaded, so that you can appreciate walking around the magic, the Animal Kingdom.
That you can.
So,
that you can. Yeah.
Number 2, Jeff. What say you?
My number 2 kind of ties into my last trip to the Walt Disney World Resort about a month ago with Nicole, and the reason I say this is because there are some very interesting things that can happen. These areas are located throughout the Walt Disney World Resort, but they're the most interesting when you're looking at them in the parks, and that is the stroller area at various locations throughout Walt Disney World, because you see some really, really interesting things. Recently, this last trip, while I was with Nicole, we were coming off the Seas with Nemo and Friends, and off to the right-hand side is one of those stroller areas, and a family of probably 6 or 7 were standing there by their stroller, and I guess maybe their 4 or 5-year-old had an accident or something, and they decided to change the little boy right there in front of everyone. So we had a bare white butt right there next to the Seas with Nemo and Friends, them changing everything out. And it's like,
a full moonfish.
Only at Walt Disney World can this type of thing happen. Seriously. But you know what? You see some interesting things with families when they're coming back to get their strollers. Kids are running around, parents are fighting about something and everything else. So, yeah, I enjoy watching that kind of stuff because that's not me. At least that's not me right now. So I don't have to worry about it.
Heavens to Murgatroyd, Jeff Davis.
I know, right?
Right. Mr. Eric Allen.
Okay, we're on number 2, right? My number 2 place to people watch is in the Germany Pavilion at Epcot around the miniature train display.
Good spot. Yeah.
Because you get to see, okay, first of all, I love that train display. You know, if they ever get rid of it, I'm going to be about 10 times as peeved as I am about them like killing off Norway and putting in Arendelle. But I mean, it's a great place because you see like the kids, they love seeing the little trains go around, and you see the adults that are there. They say they're there with their kids, and you know, some of them are, but you also see them. They're digging it. They're digging the show too. They like looking at the trains, and that's one of the true places where you see grown people letting their inner kid out for a minute. I mean, we talk about, you know, Disney being a magical place where you can you know, have that happy childhood even as an adult. That is one of the places that is the quintessential let your inner kid play kind of area for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
Right
spot,
on, man.
Very good spot. Yeah.
These are all great spots, folks. This is awesome. Hey, Kristen's joining us in the chat. Hello, Kristen. Let us move on to our number one. And I think some of you, this might be very surprising is what I'm going to say. Although if I know these two, like I know myself, they may have the same answer for number one.
Okay.
This is one of our favorite attractions as a team.
Okay.
And I love people watching from the TTA. And that is my favorite
That's
place.
a good one.
You get up on that attraction, you kick back, you relax. It feels great moving through that semi-quick pace that you do there on that attraction, and you get to look down on all the people and see them having fun, having a blast, and it's really cool at night because then it just lights up.
Yeah.
Neon look of light and the lighting ears and all the great lighting effects, and the Astro Orbiter looks amazing going inside Space Mountain.
Yes.
Super cool.
Oh, yes.
Once again,
Yes.
it's all I've never been on that ride and had ever wanted to look and peer down the side and just look at all the people below and say hello people and just wave to people as they pass. So
Yeah.
that is my number one place to people watch of all time at the Walt Disney World Resort. And you guys, how about you? Let's start with Jeff.
Okay, my spot you can either catch in the morning or you can catch at night. And it is probably one of the most photographed spots in all of the Walt Disney World Resort. And I always take a picture as I come in, and I always take a picture as I leave. There's a specific little spot that I stand in on Main Street, USA. And I'll let you take a quick look right here. Everybody has taken a picture of this before.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's right there on that railing, looking down Main Street, USA, and the view is just absolutely fantastic during the day. But at the same time, the view is absolutely fantastic at night as well.
Yes,
and the reason I like to people watch in this spot is simply because in the mornings you're getting the reaction of those families who might be visiting Walt Disney World for the first time. Those kids seeing the castle for the first time. And so there's so much emotion, there's so much happiness, and they're looking forward to the day. And, it's just purely magical. But then you reverse everything as you get there at night, as I sit there on the railing looking down Main Street, USA. It is a complete 180 on the face of everybody walking out of that park. You are either extremely, extremely exhausted with your legs hurting, your feet hurting, sunburnt, and everything else. Parents are relieved at the fact that they're going back to their resort, and kids are literally passed out in their strollers or on dad's shoulder with a huge smile on the face of a child who has had a fantastic day at Walt Disney World. That is my number one spot to people watch in the entire place.
So. Yes.
Good stuff. And we cap things off with Mr. Eric Allen. You're number one.
I feel so bad that Jeff has delivered this eloquent and uplifting and inspiring choice with his reasons behind it. And I'm just going to be like the total opposite, because this is where I just like to. This is my favorite place to people watch. It's tough to be a bug.
I know why.
And the reason is, once you have gone through and you have done the attraction, it's tough to be a bug. You know what's happening. So then I like sitting in a spot where I can see as much of the rest of the audience as I can. Particularly because I want to see the people who are doing this for the very first time.
Funny you said.
And watch the faces as the wasp stings, and particularly as the bugs leave first.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see the wow kind of faces, and I'm just getting there going.
Maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh, maniacal laugh.
Yes, maniacal laugh indeed. It's an impish glee kind of thing.
Yes.
So it's my number one place to people watch is not because it's uplifting. It's not because it's inspiring. It's just dang funny.
All right.
Honorable mentions after this.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah.
All right. So, so let's go ahead and do an honorable mention. And now that Eric has lifted the veil on what his true personality is, he likes to revel. Jeff Davis, you have an honorable mention? Because I have a feeling we will have the same one.
Okay. Any spot inside of the World Showcase towards the end of the day when the International Food and Wine Festival is going on, and you have experienced all those people who have been drinking all day long. The freaks come out for food and wine. There is no doubt in my mind. Not only are they extremely full, but they're extremely drunk at the same time. So
it's bad. It's like Bourbon Street on acid.
Yeah,
it is. But it's Disney style, you know, which makes it even more unique. So,
Eric, do you have an honorable mention?
My honorable mention would kind of be, it would have been the unloading area of Maelstrom.
Okay.
Mainly where you come in this quaint little Norwegian fishing village. And
that bench?
Yeah, the bench. The bench.
We've all done it.
I know the bench, yeah.
Over there by the bench where you can hear the Norwegian family talking in the house behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And the bench.
Nice. Well,
you see all those people trying to decide, do I want to stay for the movie or do I just want to walk through?
Well, you see, now that Sophie's choice is never late. You sit there and you watch that and you're thinking, okay, how many people are going to sit down and then immediately get up and leave when they realize what it is?
No, that's right. That's right.
Well, my last favorite place to people watch is also one with a maniacal laugh. And I thought surely the maniacal minds at this show would point this out, but it's going to be Club Cool.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Kristen would agree because she's done this, and we both have. We sit down, or we don't sit down, actually. We'll just grab our little watermelon drink, whatever the hell, Mezzo Mix. We'll sit back and drink a little Mezzo Mix, and we'll lean back and, Fanta this over here, Fanta over there. And then we'll see people try Beverly, and it's like, have you guys tried Beverly? No, you should. It's really good. Now,
see, that doesn't count as people watching to me. That is contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Well,
because you're steering people. You're encouraging.
Well, no. What I meant to say is I don't say that. I see other people.
Oh,
and
sure.
That alone is actually really good. Yeah, wink, wink.
Other people. Other people.
You should try Beverly.
Hey, Kristen, go tell that person to try Beverly.
So I want to know what everyone out there thinks about our choices. Our top 5 places to people watch at Walt Disney World. Feel free to comment on this blab, comment on YouTube, on our iTunes page, leave us those 5-star reviews, leave us that feedback on the YouTube page, like and subscribe, all that good jazz. And don't forget to shop using our Amazon links, Fandango, and MagicalJourneysVacation.com. Now, let's go ahead and tell everybody where people can find you on the interwebs there, Mr. Eric Allen.
You can find me on the interwebs in 2 places on Twitter, both at Uncle Servo and at Sorcom Review. Find the Sorcom Review's Facebook page at facebook.com/Sorcom Review. You can also find me on Sorcerer Radio Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern for the Sorcom Review and 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays as part of Mighty Marvel Geeks.
Wonderful. Mr. Jeff Davis.
Find me on Twitter at DW_60 and also at Jeff Davis _75. You can hear me on Thursday mornings on Sorcerer Radio for DW60.
All right. Check me out at JediMouseketeer.com. Social media is all there. Also, be sure to check out Kristen at DiningAtDisney.com. Our sister podcast there, Dining at Disney, Mighty Marvel Geeks. We've got WDW Tiki Room in there as well. And be sure to like and subscribe. All those great shows are going to be in the show notes as well, so you can follow on that. Of course, check out WDW After Dark on Facebook and Twitter. WDW After Dark on Facebook is actually WDW After Dark webcast. And, of course, Twitter, WDW After Dark, and WDWAfterDark.com for all of our archive shows. In the meantime, we'll see you all next week. Have a great, great week, everybody. And don't forget, it's better after dark. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See bye.
Bye.